However, the one thing that completely pissed me off is this, right? We have no cars on the road. We have no profits. We have nothing to show for. All we have is a concept and a promise that Fisker will deliver on these reservations of the Fisker Oceans and the development of the Fisker Pear. But they go ahead, but they go ahead and reveal this concept Batman-looking car that would cost over $200,000 and start and will be made in 2024. Like, all right, I get it's cool. Are you hoping for a hype pump? I don't know, but I don't care. And until I see Fisker Oceans and Fisker Pear on the road, until I see the long-term debt go down, until I see the free cash flow increasing, until I see some sales and actual profits and not gross profit of $18,000 like it was a quarter ago, can you imagine? And the company, the whole company, Fisker as a company, in 2021 had a gross profit of just $18,000. I mean, people at McDonald's make more than that and pay more taxes than that, right? Why are we thinking about a $200,000 overpriced luxury car before we get the SUV in here and the Pear in order to get some cash flow into the company, reduce some debt, make some actual profits first, and then worry about a $200,000 luxury sports Grand Tour vehicle, Batman looking car that most people can never afford to buy. I mean, it is so frustrating. Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Trey, and I have over $545,000 invested in stocks, crypto, and real estate. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to click the like and subscribe button and check out my real estate playlist as well as my trading setup playlist linked down in the description below. Now, let's talk about this Fisker trade that we came up with a couple of days ago. Coming up. Now guys, we will talk about the technicals and our actual trade in just a moment. Remember that if you have no idea what I'm talking about, please check my previous video about this Fisker trade setup, which is a day or a swing trade, which can last anywhere from a week all the way up to the end of 2022. The link to the video is down in the description below. Make sure you watch that first, then you get back to this video. So on May 2nd, we opened up a Fisker trade, knowing that on May 4th they will be reporting their earnings for the first quarter of 2022. So what happened on May 4th of 2022 in this earnings announcement? Well, to summarize, not much. Fisker did not meet the Wall Street expectations. The Wall Street expected a loss of 0.39 cents per share. Meanwhile, Fisker released a loss of minus 0.41. So the Wall Street was expecting better. However, there's not much of a difference, and that did not contribute to the Fisker sell-off that we're seeing today. So I'm not gonna go into the earnings announcement and what exactly happened in great detail. I'm just gonna summarize real quick, and this article here summarizes really good. So the operating results were consistent with the company's expectations, and the forward guidance remains unchanged. So that means that even though we have these crazy supply chain issues and materials are going up, the deadlines, all the deadlines, when the new Fisker Ocean will start production and when the reservations will open up, everything is still running on time, which is good news because the companies that consistently are showing us losses and there's no profits, the numbers don't really matter. Like I said before, the fundamental analysis doesn't really matter. What matters is them hitting the deadlines, because once they don't hit the deadlines, that means the company is in trouble. So in November of 2022, Fisker will start production of Fisker Ocean SUVs, which are the SUVs that we are most excited about. That is still on time. The prices of these SUVs, Fisker Ocean SUVs, will remain unchanged through 2024, which is good news. As you can see, a lot of companies are increasing their prices. Fisker is not increasing the prices for these Fisker Oceans, at least until 2023 or 2024. After that, they said they might have to. Another thing that happened during the earnings announcement is the test and validation phase progressing well. 23 out of 55 complete Fisker Ocean prototypes were built, and they were 23 were tested as well. So what happens whenever a company is making a new car? They build a lot of prototypes, and they test each one to see which one performs better. Well, 23 out of 55 have been built and tested. Another really good announcement that Henrik Fisker told us is that the reservations of the Fisker Oceans are actually increasing. They increased to over 50% from the last quarter. So as of May 2nd, 2022, the day of the earnings announcement, there were over 45,000 Fisker Ocean SUVs that were reserved. So that's a 50% growth since the last earnings call. Another couple of things that the company unveiled the Fisker Ocean to the European market in Barcelona, which is great because Europe is big on these sustainable electric vehicles. Another thing that's happening is that on July 1st of 2022, they will open pre-orders for some limited edition Fisker Oceans that are more expensive, and I believe there's only 1,500 these limited editions that will be sold. They're also starting operations in India, which you know is a country with crazy population. So that is all very, very positive. If Fisker can get into the India market soon enough, that will be great. So this is what this article is about. As you can see, that's what the Fisker Ocean looks like. These are pretty much all the summaries. There was no negatives. All right, Fisker is still bleeding money. There's negative cash flow. So pretty much the fundamentals and numbers don't really matter. All the deadlines are still on point, which is what we care about. Henrik Fisker has also said that ever since the war in Ukraine, the amount of time that the word Fisker is being Googled has increased, and the number of reservations has also increased, likely because the prices of oil has gone so high that more and more countries are looking at these sustainable electric vehicles as the solution to these crazy gas prices due to this war between Russia and Ukraine. So very, very positive. Okay. However, wow, this earnings announcement was okay. So why is Fisker selling off? Right? So this article here called EV player Fisker missed their earnings estimates. It did, but instead of 39 cents, it was minus 41 cents. So it did miss, but not so much. Correct. So why is this happening then? You know, all the guidelines, the future guidelines, it's all the same. Everything is still on track. But we're selling off, and this article pretty much states it's because the whole market is selling off. The Fed increased the interest rate by 0.5 point yesterday, and I know the market closed positive, like something good happened, but it was pretty much a dead cat bounce, man. I called it. I even have a text message. I texted my friend. He got all excited that the market is up 3% in in the last hour of trading on Wednesday. I told him this is just a dead cat bounce. Maybe Wall Street expected something more severe, and they didn't get it. However, the interest still went up, and when the interest goes up, the markets go down most of the time. So that's what this article is all about. If you want to read it, I'll link it down in the description below. However, the one thing that completely pissed me off is this, right? We have no cars on the road. We have no profits. We have nothing to show for. All we have is a concept and a promise that Fisker will deliver on these reservations of the Fisker Oceans and the development of the Fisker Pear. But they go ahead, but they go ahead and reveal this concept Batman-looking car that would cost over $200,000 and start and will be made in 2024. Like, all right, I get it's cool. Are you hoping for a hype pump? I don't know, but I don't care. And until I see Fisker Oceans and Fisker Pear on the road, until I see the long-term debt go down, until I see the free cash flow increasing, until I see some sales and actual profits and not gross profit of $18,000 like it was a quarter ago, can you imagine? And the company, the whole company, Fisker as a company, in 2021 had a gross profit of just $18,000. I mean, people at McDonald's make more than that and pay more taxes than that, right? So, Henrik, I get it. It looks cool. The concept is cool. I get it. You're a designer. You love this stuff. But let's get those Fisker Oceans and Pears on the road first, and then worry about this Fisker Ronin GT. Supposedly, this will be the most long-range electric vehicle out there, even better than the Lucid Air, which does actually 520 miles per charge. That's the Lucid Air. So Fisker is saying they will come up with a car that does over 520 miles per charge. How are they gonna do that? Well, I looked into it, and they actually said that they're gonna integrate the battery into the body of the car, right? So as you see the front of the car there, that will be storage. There won't be an engine. It will be integrated into the body of the car, the way I understand it. And also, it will not have side mirrors. You see that picture? There's no side mirrors. You know what they said? The mirrors will be digital. What? The mirrors will be digital. So the concept is cool. I'm all for it. I hope you go through with it. It's based apparently on some 90s movie over here called film Ronin. I don't know. I was 9 years old, right? So I haven't watched it. The concept is cool, but please, let's get the Ocean out there. Let's get the Pear out there. And then we can worry about this luxury $200,000 competitor to a Ferrari or to Aston Martin or whatever. How about we worry about the little guys first that just can't afford to pay these crazy gas prices, and then we worry about that. So that's the fundamentals. Nothing crazy happened. We're releasing a new car with digital mirrors. Nothing crazy. It will have a lot of storage probably in the front here, but that's about it. Don't care much about it. Now, a lot of you are probably here to actually look at the trade. Well, let me tell you my opening positions, guys. I'm going to open this chart here. If you have no idea what's going on, what all this means, link in the description below to a video where I go over every single thing here step by step and what are we looking at, where were my buying points, and where's our exit points. So literally what we're going to do is here, we're just going to zoom in a little bit here, because what we're really worried about is this area here, right? So in the previous video, we have the Bollinger Bands right here, these black lines. This red line is a 200-day moving average. The green line is a 50-day moving average. We have this really, 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 really strong 3 years unbreakable so far support line. Then we have a very, very strong resistance line. Then we could see it's a range-bound stock. So that's pretty much all the summary I'm going to go over. These dots is the stop and reverse indicator. Is the indicator that usually means that the stock is about to change the direction that it's going. And I predicted that 3 days ago, I predicted that it will print one of these small dots here. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more. You see these two little dots here? They weren't printed there when I made the last video. They're printed now. This is a very, very strong indication that we are about to have a leg up. We had a great day actually today after the earnings. The price went up all the way to $11.03. That's a 10% pop right off the bat, right? So if you would have just taken the trade when I took the trade with significant amount of money, you could have made 10% on your trade already. However, that's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for these exit points. The exit points for us, my first exit point is at around $14. If it breaks this 50-day moving average and this Bollinger Band in the middle. The trade is still strong, guys. We're still, we're going up and down somewhere between $10 plus minus 30 cents. If you're not in the trade yet, you still have the opportunity. $10 is what you're trying to aim at, plus minus 3%, which means $10 to 30 cents. And $9.70 or lower, you still can get in. The total potential for this trade, if you go all the way up here, no, it's even higher over there. It's actually 212% return. And with all the news coming up, and if Fisker actually meets the deadlines and delivers the cars, we're going to see an even greater pop in this electric vehicle manufacturer. So I'm very, very positive. Now, we might have to wait as long as November or December of 2022 to realize our gains. But that is what swing trading is all about, and I love it. So these two dots here, really great news for us. We're not breaking this really, really strong support line. Everything is looking good. The entire market is selling off. That's why Fisker is selling off a bit today. It tried popping up. It tried on the good news, on the good forecast, on meeting the deadlines, not changing the deadlines, the price is not changing, increased pre-orders, increased Google search. But the market itself is just going down. I think it's like 3-4% for the SPY, QQQ, and the NASDAQ and all of that stuff. Right? So it only makes sense that Fisker is selling off. Right? But we're not selling off because there's something internally wrong with the company. We're selling off because the entire market is selling off. And that's okay. Now, let me show you. This is my account here. This is Fisker. Right now we're trading at $9.88. Very, very good buying opportunity. What are we going to do? Let me tell you my entry point. So you see, so far, I have $300 in this trade. And my average cost is $9.99. Right on the money there, right around $10. I have a total of 30 shares. Let me show you how I entered this position. Here's the history here. I'm just going to click on Show More. Okay, so on May 2nd, when I made my last video here, I bought 20 shares at $10.04. Then I bought another 10 shares at $9.88 for an average of 30 shares at $9.99. This is good. Now, I'm also fishing for another buying opportunity because the markets are selling off. Let me just go to my portfolio here. You see all the markets are selling off. I mean, I started day off with $70,000 and about $400, and now I'm at $67,400. That's a $3,000 drop, 4.17%. Now look on the right side here. Let's look at things like QQQ, 5%, dumping, SPY, 4%. We're just dumping. I'm actually getting in on some Palantir shares here if they get low enough. But essentially, Fisker is selling off with the market at 7%, which is not bad. This is a good buying opportunity, guys. So the trade is still intact. I would be adding more to my position probably at $9.70. No higher than that, because I like where my position is right now. I will be buying a few more shares. As you remember, I said in the last video that my total trading amount for this specific trade for Fisker is $1,000. All right, so I still have $700 that I have to look for opportunities in the stock to enter the money in there. And then we will have to wait. Either, it could be sooner or later, as long as we get to our first exit point. As soon as we get to our first exit point, we'll start taking profits in increments and not all together. So that is my analysis of the earnings of the Fisker. Everything is still going on, guys. Remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. Never buy or sell any stock based on what you hear in this video. Do your own research and contact your financial advisor. Never invest money that you can't afford to lose 100% of the time, especially when you're day and swing trading, because these things are unpredictable a lot of the time. However, there are multiple indicators, including the stop and reverse that I haven't talked about, that are indicating that this is a very high probability, strong. At this point, it's a swing trade. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or if you have any comments about my analysis, leave them down in the description below. I would love your input on this. Let me know what you think about that Fisker Ronin situation. I'm not a big fan, but hey, I get it. You know, you want a luxury car there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.